everyone, my name is Calvin, and yesterday I made a video called The Strange Case of Origami Yoda Chapter 1. Today I'm going to be reading Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is titled Origami Yoda and the Night of Fun by Tommy. It was the night of the April PTA Fun Night, the monthly dance in the school cafeteria. Everybody comes to the PTA Fun Night. I don't know why. I don't even know why I go. I hate them. And so do a bunch of us who don't dance or flirt or do public displays of affection. The cafeteria has a stage at one end for assemblies. And if you don't want to dance, you can sort of sit on the edge of the stage. Some people dance. Some people walk around. We sit on the edge of the stage. There's usually me and my best friends, Kellen and Harvey. Harvey is the tall one with the smirk on his face. Kellen is the thin one who is trying to look cool by nodding his head to the music. I'm the short one with hair that's a pain in the butt to try to keep combed. And then there's Lance, Mike, Quavano. They're on the stage because most people don't talk to them. Why not? Because Lance is weird and Mike cries all the time, and Quavado is famous cheated hog. They're social outcasts. I don't know why they come to Fun Night, because they have even less of a chance of dancing with a girl than I do. There are a few girls who sit there too, like Casey and Caroline. I don't know why they sit on the edge of the stage. Just shy or something, I guess. I don't think they even talk to each other. And there's Dwight, of course. I know, we already look like nerds sitting on the stage like that, but Dwight somehow makes us look worse. At last month's Fun Night, he suddenly decided he could dance, and he started doing these weird jumping around thing. Wait, it gets worse. He bumped into this popular girl, Jennifer, who was carrying a drink from the snack table and made her spill it. It gets worse still. Dwight goes, "I'll clean it up," and jumps on the floor and scooches around on his stomach. Then he stands up with a huge wet spot on his shirt and starts dancing again. Believe it or not, it gets worse still. Because he says to Jennifer, "Would you care to dance, lady?" After she says, "No way," he walks back over to us, with everybody watching. "Man, you're just embarrassing us," Harvey said. "Why do you even try? Nobody's ever going to dance with you. Why can't you just play it cool?" "You mean just stand here doing nothing like you guys do?" asked Dwight. "Okay." And he froze right there and stood there the rest of the night without moving. He was still standing there when I left. As far as I know, that's the only time any one of us from the stage has ever asked a girl to dance. It's not that we don't want to. In fact, we spend most of each fun night debating whether we should and wishing a girl would just come up and ask us instead. One time I almost got Kellen to ask Rondella to dance, but his mother came to pick him up right before he was about to do it. This time, Kellen and Harvey were trying to get me to ask Hannah, who was hanging around between the stage and the snack table. "She's just standing there all by herself," said Kellen. "Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she likes you," said Harvey. I know better than to trust Harvey, but I was kind of tempted. I mean, Hannah's not the girl I like best, that's Sarah, who I'm 100% afraid to ask to dance. But Hannah's always been pretty sense to me. Maybe she would say yes. Then maybe Sarah would see us dancing and get jealous and decide she wanted to dance with me too. And then she would ask me, and I wouldn't have to ask her. After all these times just standing there watching, just the idea of finally asking a girl to dance made me start to get all freaky even if it wasn't Sarah. It was still a girl, and it would still be dancing. Thank goodness the PTA Fun Night never has any slow dances where you touch each other. My hands were shaking and my stomach was excited like the time my dad accidentally drove into a fire hydrant. Yes, I thought, this is my chance. I'm going to do it. I was actually starting to walk over to Hannah when Dwight hopped off the stage and stopped me. Better ask Origami Yoda first. Ugh. Can't you crawl back in your hole? Said Harvey. Didn't you embarrass us all enough the last time? Maybe I'm here to stop you from getting embarrassed, said Dwight. Then he held up his right hand, and there was his paper Yoda finger puppet on his finger. Ask Origami Yoda. Now, we had all seen Origami Yoda before, but this was the first time Dwight had asked us to talk to it. It was a historic moment, but I didn't know it then. Would you put that away? Hissed Harvey. You're making us all look like losers. Fine, said Dwight, and he started to walk away. I just thought Tommy needed some help. He needs all the help he can get, said Kellen. What's your advice? I don't have any advice, said Dwight, but Origami Yoda does. Then Dwight wiggled the finger puppet and made this weird squeaky noise. Rush and fools do. Is that supposed to sound like Yoda? Said Harvey. That's the worst Yoda impression I've ever heard. Here's what Yoda sounds like, and Harvey started repeating every Yoda line from every Star Wars movie. But Kellen and I ignored him and started trying to figure out the advice. Yoda always mixes up his words. So I bet he really meant fools are in a rush. That makes it sound like I would be a fool to rush over in there and ask Hannah to dance. Yeah, I agree, said Mike. He and Quavando and all the kids on the stage were listening. The whole thing was getting really embarrassing. Are you saying he shouldn't do it? Asked Casey. I'm not saying anything, said Dwight. Origami Yoda is. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, said Harvey, who had finally stopped his Yoda impressions. Tommy, if you miss dancing with Hannah because of Dwight's green paper wad, then you are a super fool. Go do it. Just hold on a minute, I said. There's no need for me to rush over there. Oh, dude, you're just looking for an excuse to be a chicken, said Kellen, pushing me. Go ask her. Give me a minute. Just then, the 7th grader, Mark, who is about 2 feet taller than me, comes in and Hannah practically runs over to grab him, and they kiss each other right there in the lunchroom, which is public display of affection and totally against the rules and furthermore disgusting to watch. Good thing you listened to Origami Yoda, said Dwight. Yes, it is a good thing. It was a great thing. Can you imagine if I had been asking her to dance when that big stud guy came along? Man, she would have knocked me down to get at him, and I would have been a laughingstock. Harvey would have been going wild with that big donkey laugh of his. Even Kellen would have been busting a gut. So, basically, Origami Yoda saved my butt. That's when I started listening to Origami Yoda, and eventually a lot of other people did too. Harvey's comment. Oh yes, I believe in Paper Wad Yoda. Woo! I believe he's a real, actual, genuine piece of paper stuck on the end of Dwight's real, actual, genuine finger. And I believe Dwight is the real, actual, genuine, biggest nut since Mr. Peanut. And that... But do I believe there's something magic about Paper Wad Yoda? Of course not. That's stupid. Even the real Yoda is not real. He's a puppet in some movies and just a computer thing in others. And even if Yoda was real, he lives in a galaxy far, far away. I think he'd have better things to do than tell Tommy not to make a fool of himself. Speaking of which, remember Yoda's advice, rush and fools do? That's not even a Yoda quote. My stepdad told me Fools Rush In is from a song Elvis Presley sang in the 1960s. My comment. Okay, Dwight is weird. I already said that. But his advice was really, really good. And Yoda's not a paper wad. He's an origami, and he really looks like Yoda. But I can't decide if Harvey is right or not. I mean, I don't actually believe in real magic, but Origami Yoda has done some pretty amazing things. Not long after he helped me, he saved Kellen from making a gigantic fool of himself. That is the end of Chapter 2 of The Strange Case of Origami Yoda. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.